other thing inside this thing that doesn't matter. It just kind of cancels itself out. And there's something that I was reading this book. I'm going to go ahead and this book right here, Momentum, by the Johnson family. I was reading it one day. I actually never made it past chapter 1, but I was reading it one day, and God you know how it is? You just have that moment, God just shows up and just delivers some stuff to you, and you're just kind of like, man, that was good. You know? Like you're taking a shower, and God just delivers revelation on you, so you stay in there for another half an hour. That's this guy. You're a giver. I just tell you, did you drink some? Because you're making a face like you drank some. He drinks it black. I don't. Because I'm a man. And it's lukewarm. That was from my dad. I've never seen somebody talk to someone for 15 minutes and then heat up their coffee again. Except for him. So, this is what I want to go on. I'm going to ask you guys this question, and I want you go ahead and throw out whatever comes to your mind. When you think of the word, I'm going to tell you the word, and then you're going to tell me what you think of when you hear it. Okay, are you guys ready? Yeah. You guys ready for some interaction? Yeah. When you think of the word blessing, what do you think of? Awesome, Jesus.
Yes.
What? Increase. Give. Anything else?
Yeah.
Lots of good stuff. Salvation. Sneezes. Thank you. His presence. See, I knew that that's what was going to happen because I was totally looking for a completely different answer, but that's fine. I was well prepared to work in this realm. So I'm thinking about this idea, and I'm thinking about the word blessing because I understand what you guys are saying when you say blessing, but we're going to go a little forward. We're going to go a little further with this. So 9 times out of 10, except for the godly church people, when you think of the word blessing, you just kind of like, oh, it's nice. It's nice to have. When you have a blessing, you've been given something that was good. Maybe you didn't deserve it. Maybe you didn't earn it. But somebody wanted to bless you. Or you just think somebody sneezed and those are just the words you say. But all in all, it's just kind of whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you can say that there are not a lot of people who actively pursue blessing in their life. And I'm not saying so there's this one time. We were at this men's advance back when my dad was going to a different church. I just have to thank the Lord for just this week of encouragement because they're there and then they stop because God's there. So I was with my dad and my brother. We were actually at this thing, and this guy was speaking, and I don't know what it was. I'm not sure what it was, but next thing I know, he talked about this message, and I go over to my dad. And I'm like, dude, I want you to bless me. I remember in this moment, I said, I want you to bless me. So he goes ahead, and he just prays that, you've got Elijah and Elisha. There's that whole deal. Elijah went out, did all these great things, and Elijah said, what is it that you want from me? And Elisha said, I want twice of what you have. So he asked me that question, and I said, I want twice of what you have. So in that moment, he went off and he blessed me, and it was a great time. It's more than that. See, we now live in a realm that's outside of, because you're the oldest son, you're going to get blessed by the Father and you're going to inherit everything because that's who you are. I'm not just talking in like this. I'm trying to stay away from theology. I'm not just talking about this like Christian because you're God's chosen, you're co with Christ, He's going to bless you kind of thing. I mean, it is more than you're going to be blessed once. Wow. We're talking about the pursuit of blessing. Because it was really funny because I caught him off guard, probably because I have a terrible memory. But I met with my dad, I don't know, I want to say it was sometime this year, maybe it was a little later than that. But then I was like, hey, have you blessed me yet? He's like, yeah, I think I have. Well, you want to do it again? Well, I guess so. Yeah. I don't know if that's what he said, but his voice is about that deep. That's probably what he said. He's a man of few words. Whoever's talked to my father. And he never cries. That's a lie. He talks a lot and he cries all the time. But this is what I want to get at. This is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about blessing. Because there's something I realized in life. There's something I definitely realized in our culture. Is it's not something we pursue. I know it's not something we pursue because I've met so many people who are not financially endowed at the moment, who don't have a whole lot. And I'm not just saying this is like, oh, it happened once. I'm saying like, this is a regular thing. where you run into somebody, and the easiest thing is you pay for somebody's dinner, you pay for somebody's meal. Do you have any idea how upset people get sometimes when you pay for their meal? And you're like, I have money right now, and you don't have money because you've either made these choices or you just straight up don't have money. And these people are like, man, why'd you do that? I don't know, I want to be nice. May you bless you. Philip, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about other people. This is what I experienced when I went to Masters, when I went to San Diego for a year. One, I don't know what it was. God showed up and I always had money. I had so much money that I gave my sister money, and God was good. Now the next year, when I didn't have as much money, or my sister would give money away too, which didn't make sense because I still didn't have enough money. It was weird to be at this place. You don't have money. You've got enough money for gas, and they give you money for food, and you're interning this church, so you're there 60, 70 hours a week. And you're just doing church stuff. You're praying in the morning, you're doing scripture memory, you're doing just a bunch of different, you're involved in like every ministry the church has to offer, and you're going different places, different churches, doing different ministries. You're doing a bunch of different stuff. It's all about church and the Lord, you know what I'm saying? Think of like the most godly thing you could ever think of, and I did it for 3 years. That's serious. That wasn't a sarcastic moment. Thank you, though, Catherine. So I would be at dinner with my friends who all have jobs, because I was a part of a college group, and they would opt to pay for my meal every once in a while. For some reason, when they opted to pay for my meal, I was like, oh man, not again. And I'm like, I get down on myself and I just feel terrible, and I just be like, I just feel like this shouldn't be this way. Why do these people have to pay for me? Why are these people giving me stuff? I had never been given so many free things other than those 27 months than then. You know what I'm saying? And then it dawned on me while I was there. Who cares? Because you know what happens when somebody wants to bless you and you reject it? Nobody gets it. Nobody gets that blessing. God wanted to do something in your life. He says, here, I want to bless you with this. And you're like, no, I'm fine, I'm good. Not, oh, that's awesome, I can get ahead. Or, oh, thank you so much, God's gonna bless you back. Or, oh man, I'm just so excited this showed up. No. We go, no. So there's something I want to get into. There are 3 things that I wanted to get at. And the first thing I want to cover is what life looks like without blessing. The first thing is that we have to realize that when we want to live a life that lacks the pursuit of blessing, we live in a self-made area. We live a self-made life. I like I don't know which one, Bill and Eric Johnson wrote the book, so I don't know who wrote the first chapter, but they're talking about, he's just talking about how he's so excited when he's reading about these self-made millionaire people. They went off, they did so much stuff, and they managed to just, bags to riches, did all this kind of stuff. It's not like that for us. My favorite phrase in this moment in life that I've been saying for a couple months is, that's just not kingdom. We are not self-made millionaires. We're not self-made. But when we want to live a life without blessing, we then become self-made. We then allow ourselves to live this life, which I just love that has to do with grace. We live this deed-oriented life. When we want to live a life without blessing, that means we want to live a life that means I'm going to earn what's been given to me. I don't know how else to say it. You can't earn salvation. You can't earn grace. You can't earn God's love. There is nothing you can give or do that's going to make it okay for God to suddenly be like, that was it. That was the moment. Here you go. Gold star on your nose. There's nothing you can do to earn it. There's no deed big enough or small enough that we can do to make that happen. When we live this self-made life without blessing, we begin to live this attitude that if I just truck along long enough, I'll make it. I'll then make a place for myself to obtain what it is that God's got for me. We also, we build our own empire and kingdom.